Welcome to Leisure Gamer Network, a home for working professionals, students, parents, or anyone else with a passion for gaming but have time constraints on when you can play. We review games after an hour of gameplay to see if they grabbed our attention and are worth your time playing. With the scheduled release of Assassin's Creed Revelations this November, leisure gamers like myself have a little catching up to do before then. We thought it was about time to try out Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the second game in a three-part series following Ezio Auditore and his fight to avenge the murders of his father and brothers, while discovering a much larger historical plot going back centuries. If you're new to the series, Brotherhood gives enough background information on the story to fill you in adequately. There are two parallel stories being told at the same time. A secret organization known as the Templars are trying to take over the world, while the assassins are struggling to keep the balance of power. In the present day, Desmond Miles is working with the modern-day assassins to relive past memories of his ancestors through a machine called the Animus. They hope to find information in his ancestors' lifetime that will aid them in their fight against the modern-day incarnation of the Templars, which happens to be a giant corporation trying to kill them. The game picks up immediately after the events of Assassin's Creed 2, with Ezio escaping Rome with his uncle. For the first 30 minutes of the game, not much happens besides the reintroduction of characters, and the game explains the controls with some mundane assignments. The beginning is somewhat jarring, and is filled with numerous loading screens which disrupts the pacing of the story. However, the game accelerates in usual Assassin's Creed fashion, and within the first hour, the foundation is set for an epic adventure.
You must leave this place. Take Mother to Firenze. Get me a horse!
You are not coming with us. Where are you riding?
To Roma!
The combat in Brotherhood is more visceral than in the past. The damage of all offensive attacks has been increased. In past games, countering was always the strongest tactic, which always left the player waiting for the AI to attack first. With the increase in offensive power, the pace of the combat is much quicker. Brotherhood features execution strikes which allow you to move between targets quickly, delivering one-strike kills. Kicks have also been introduced which allow you to break the guard of heavy units so you can deal a finishing blow. The combos Ezio performs are much more acrobatic than before, and he'll often use his hidden pistol to finish off enemies. The refinements make the combat experience even more enjoyable than before. Other improvements to the game enhance the free running, which is an integral part of the game, because it allows you to set up the perfect assassination, or make a quick getaway over the rooftops. With the addition of lifts, you can now quickly ascend buildings. This adds another tactic to use while escaping the guards or chasing down a target. Another selling point of Brotherhood is the ability to train and lead a group of assassins that help you complete your objectives. Although within the first hour you won't encounter this feature, and it makes us wonder how long we'll have to wait until we can recruit our first apprentice.
Do you know what time it is? I make cannons, not clocks.
The graphics, while always good, seem to be even more detailed this time around. Supporting characters are much more detailed in both their modeling and expression. These additions to the game add the finishing touches to an already highly polished series. The Assassin's Creed series has never been considered overtly difficult. There aren't multiple difficulty settings, and the game autosaves as opposed to having the player manually save. The combat is fast-paced and fun, but there isn't a huge learning curve either. Brotherhood seems to follow the format of previous titles thus far, earning the game a rating of low for difficulty. This doesn't mean that Brotherhood isn't challenging though. It will take some time for you to perfect your free-running technique, landing all your platforming jumps without mistakes, and mastering the new combat moves. However, if you do fail, the game encourages you to try again without consequence. Where you will have to practice your skills the most is the multiplayer. The core gameplay remains the same, and you are tasked with assassinating targets while being targeted simultaneously. However, using discretion and stealth will always yield more points than simply rushing in. At the same time, you are being stalked by other players, so you have to use the environment and gadgets to evade being killed. This balance of predator versus prey makes for a very interesting gameplay dynamic, and it can be quite challenging and unique every match. Early on, the focus shifts from Ezio back to Desmond during the present day. At this point, Desmond has learned all of Ezio's skills, so they play identically. There's an extensive platforming sequence where Ezio's story is told through Desmond in the present day. This is a subtle, but powerful storytelling technique, and is just one of the examples of how the Assassin's Creed series holds the player's attention so well. The multiplayer features a leveling system where different abilities, perks, and bonuses can be unlocked, which makes your life much easier inside a match. Performing stylish assassinations or different evasion techniques grant you with immediate experience points, but they also contribute towards challenge missions, which reward you with even more experience once you've completed enough of them. It will take considerable focus to balance your assassination aggressiveness with strategic discretion. Regardless of which tactic you favor, you'll be thoroughly engaged. However, the time in between matches was extremely long. Sometimes I waited up to 5 minutes for a session to start. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has a time commitment of evening. The story is very well designed, and in order to follow the parallel stories while enjoying the historical nature of the game, you'll need to set aside a moderate amount of time.
The Pope told me about you and your little group of assassins. And this! Demeter his friend passion for us.
Ezio is a great character to return to. He is fun, likable, and filled with a lot of Italian bravado.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there.
The new additions to the game, finally being able to do something significant with Desmond, and having the groundwork set for an epic adventure within the first hour, make for a very enjoyable experience. While the introduction was a bit dull, by the end of the first hour I definitely wanted to keep playing. The multiplayer inside Brotherhood succeeds in being a fresh gameplay experience that still maintains its roots to other popular titles. Earning the most kills in the multiplayer doesn't always mean you're the leader. Instead, implementing smart strategies of how you can trick your opponents into targeting a civilian while you make your breakaway is rewarded. Often, chase sequences will occur while targets try to evade their pursuers. It is a lot of fun to successfully ditch your attacker, or if you are the pursuer, catch up to your target to finish them off. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood earns a rating of absolutely. You'll be looking forward to sinking back into the Animus in order to see where Ezio's journey takes him next, or you'll want to try out different strategies you've brainstormed for the multiplayer while you're commuting to work.
This decision is yours alone to make. Only do so quickly.
For your own thoughts on the game, post in the comment section below, and remember to subscribe to become part of the Leisure Gamer Network. Till next time, enjoy gaming.
Jump!